Well, I'm stumped. Hello, people of YouTube. Today we're going to take care of this beast here. Not this beast, this beast. The thing with the axe in it. Anyways, we're going to, rather than a traditional way of taking care of this, which might be cutting it down further or grinding it down with special machinery, we are going to burn it. And in the process of burning it, I hope to cook a few meals out of it. 2 birds, 1 stone. In this case, 1 stump and a couple of meals. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and let's get to it. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with. All right, so what we have here is a 36-year-old Norwegian maple. About 4 or 5 years ago, it was struck by lightning, and it did survive, but the lightning went right down the length of the trunk. You can actually still see the scar of it, and it had actually started to heal itself and grow back, but there was a really big heavy windstorm on the night of Halloween night 2019, and basically the tree split in 2. At first I thought I could salvage it, but it was too far gone. I had my friend Kev come in and help me take it down. It was quite a job because it's very close to the neighbors. It's a miracle it didn't take down part of our fence there. Okay, for the first part of my job, which is just clearing the area around the stump, I'm simply going to use a weed whacker and a rake. This is actually okay, here are some of the tools I'm going to use in kind of digging around the stump. I'm not going to be digging it out. It's still going to be in there. But here are some. Okay, this is a few hours later. I did get back into digging, and I exposed a lot of the roots, a lot of the stuff I suspected. This large root here is intertwined with some rocks, and there's a little nub of a kind of a tree coming out. I tried prying these out with a crowbar, and there's one up here. They're not coming out. And I removed that irrigation pipe. It's gone. I exposed some of the bottom here. So this side I'm not too worried about because it will easily just be covered by dirt when we turn this into a garden. It's the big roots. Yeah. So that's not going to be probably not going to touch that with the chainsaw, considering all these rocks are around here. But I am going to come in here. I was able to remove some. I was able to cut this out from here, but right underneath it there were a few more roots. But still I was able to remove a considerable amount of dirt. It took some time. And yeah, the good thing about this is it's on a hill, so I'll be able to kind of come at it from underneath the core, help burn it a little bit better. Let me show you some of the dirt that I removed from this. I removed this entire wheelbarrow full of dirt from around the stump, so I could get a better idea as to the what I was dealing with in the root system. And there was another pile, another bucket. You can see the bucket over there. I emptied that in the garden. Hi, I finished the excavation, which was a lot longer than I thought. About to do the chainsaw part. I'm not going to get into that for safety purposes because I'm not qualified to teach chainsaw or chainsaw safety or anything like that. So we are just going to skip straight to the finished product. I will tell you that I'm going to use safety precautions, eye goggles, and ear protection. I don't have a helmet, but you know, I'm dealing with a stump, so I don't have the issue of overhead branches. Yeah, the stump's a lot bigger than I think, and I don't believe the rental chainsaw that I got is really up to the task, but I have a plan, and I'll show you that shortly. Okay. Here's the finished product, the stump. As you can see, it's not cut down to size. I just could not do that. So I did the next best thing. I did this kind of pizza pie thing and made a little bit of a thing in the middle. So that will be where the fire will go. And I had some real problems cutting on this side. It just wouldn't go down. It was just so tough. But fortunately on this side, I didn't have a problem. And this particular cut, I got right way down. Now that goes right into the middle. So that's gonna act like an air conduit, which will feed the fire. That'll go here. I am also going to be drilling some holes. So for example, I'll probably drill some holes down here and here. And I'm not quite done making this, you know, rocket stove ready. The only difference from the original plan was that I still got all this. Well, that just means there's more fire and more cooking to do. So that's going to be more fun. Yeah. Just a side note, I did actually end up chainsawing some of these things very delicately. Look away from the rock. This one I actually was able to get right through. So hopefully that'll be helpful later on when I try to remove it. And you know, I cut some roots there. I managed to dig out, or I cut some more over here, and I managed to pull one out there. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. So all these slits are going to act as conduits for air and help feed the fire. Now, the ones on this side are not going down very far, but the other one certainly does, and that will help this fire. Oh, and guess who's shown up to check us out? That's Maddie. She was on holiday. Hey Maddie, how you doing? Anyways, let's get back to work. All right, so yeah, so the next step in this is going to be getting a drill and drilling some holes. That's going to be a challenge because I don't really have a very good drill and I need to get a good bit, but I will show you that when I do it. Alright, so here we are at the last stage of preparing this stump for being burnt, and as you saw, I already went in and drilled some additional holes, but we'll start with the middle, where I came in with a spade bit and kind of worked my way here to make this area larger because that's where I'll be starting the fire. Drilled down, had moderate success. Came in, there's a bird. Came in with a chisel, knocked that out. It's not nearly as big as I would like, but it's good enough to start. And with all these holes, the fire will start to consume out and down, and it will. That's a great area. I'll have to be adding material there, sticks and twigs and various other flammable materials to get it started. Also, this surface is actually going to be great because I'll be able to put, at the beginning, I'll be able to put bricks on here and throw a grill over it, and that's how I'll do the cooking. Now, I did come in with the drill, and I started with the spade bits, and I did get some holes, but I could only get so far. So then I got the smaller hole, and I went smaller drill bit and went further back, and some of the holes did quite well. I tried to go strategic bits that were like in little notches so I could get as far into the stump as I could. But I also did just smaller holes that don't really show up that well, but they are there. And the idea is that they're about, you know, so far back, so when the stump starts to get burned, it'll hit those holes, and the air will create a draft. It'll create a draft where the air will go in and just feed the fire more with oxygen, and then it'll burn quicker and more complete. But really, the best thing for this stump is going to be this long cut that I've done, that I mentioned before, which goes all the way to the core, and that is really what's going to help in burning this stump right down to its core, its root. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to call that a day, and going to wrap this episode up. In our next one, we will start the fire and cook some meals. If you did like this video, please consider subscribing and make a like. It really does help the channel out. It doesn't cost you a thing. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.